Welcome back to the WinShape Marriage Podcast. Now we are in the thick of the fall season. And so if you remember, Rob, at the beginning of this year in season 2, we did a 25-day ideas for 2025.
We did.
And we thought we would kind of circle back around to that idea and give you guys our list of our favorite fall and even Christmas day ideas. Now, I know you might be thinking, we haven't even gotten to Halloween yet. Why are you guys going to give us Christmas ideas? And it's because if you don't think about it now, it gets to like November, December 1, and then you're like, oh, I want to do all these fun things with my spouse.
Yeah, you got to plan ahead.
Yeah, you got to plan ahead, especially for like if you're going to go do something that requires tickets or things like that, thinking ahead. So
yeah,
we are here for all of you guys to give you your list of everything to do.
Yeah, we didn't want you guys to run out of date ideas. And so feel free to treat this episode like a bucket list for the fall/Christmas season and try out a few of them with your spouse and let us know how everything goes.
So we're going to run through our top 10, each of our top 10. We'll go back and forth, and then we have a fun little segment for you guys at the end. So I'll kick us off, Rob, with my first one, and I'm going to jump headfirst into Christmas right here. And This one is going to be to pack a Christmas picnic.
Okay.
So we live in Georgia.
Yes.
And there are some days in Georgia where it's December 12th and it's like 70 degrees, right? Or maybe 80 degrees. So this is for all of you that live in warmer climates around Christmas, or if you don't and you're used to it and you just like want to bundle up and get outside if there is a seasonably warm day for a Christmas picnic. And so I thought like pack all the fun like Christmas or holiday themed food. So like a thermos with apple cider or hot chocolate and, you know, cookies, and I don't know, you could do your sandwiches in like the shape of Christmas trees or like snowflakes or something. Like get creative and like pack a Christmas picnic.
Yeah. No, I don't know about you. I always have a hard time getting into the Christmas spirit when it's like 84 degrees on Christmas.
Right.
But for this picnic, maybe just imagine that it's a nice cold day outside and you're enjoying a nice scenic snowy day.
Right.
So.
Just imagine just wear your Christmas costume,
your
like
Christmas
wear
sweater.
your sweater regardless.
You're wearing your Christmas sweater and you're just sweating the entire time. But I love a Christmas picnic.
Yeah.
First up for me, I love fall. My go-to fall, I feel like fall is not complete without doing this activity.
Okay.
Is going apple picking.
Yep.
So my wife and I, we love going up to like either Jane Moore Farms or someplace up in North Georgia, close to where we are, and we love going. And you know, I say apple picking. I've never actually been apple picking before, but I love going. Never actually like physically gotten the apples. Okay. But I love going to like whatever the country stores and like getting like the apple pies and the fritters and all of that good stuff.
The donuts, the apple cider donuts are so good.
Those are so good.
Well,
and so for me, it feels so nostalgic. Every fall, we try to make a trip up to North Georgia and just have a fall day. And maybe this year, who knows, we'll actually pick the apples ourselves.
Yeah, I'm thinking you need to do that to say that you actually did it one year. Okay, so next on my list, I have going to a holiday themed restaurant, or like going to a restaurant that will like decorate and do things for the holiday.
Yeah.
And so I know there's several near us and they do even fall themed. I don't know what their theme is right now.
I think maybe like Harry Potter or something that feels fall-y.
Alice in Wonderland maybe they've done before.
Be,
I don't know. They've done some different ones. And then a lot of times they'll do Christmas as well. I know you can find definitely Christmas themed restaurants where they do like the Grinch or different ones like that. And then they have fun foods that go with the theme. So I don't know, seeing if there is one in your area near you and checking that out, whether that is in the fall or Christmas time.
My wife and I went to one last year. It was around her birthday and she really wanted to go to this one restaurant near us. And they had a Home Alone themed like menu, and they had the movie on in the background. And it was super fun. And it was really one of those experiences where it's just like going out to dinner, but it's elevated because it's more fun and unique and just memorable. It's definitely one of those trips where it's like, whoa, we'll remember this for years.
Home Alone is a good one too, like such a classic as well. So that's fun. So I think that has become definitely a popular thing in the last couple of years. Sure. So if you haven't done one of them before, we've done it. It sounds like you and Madeline have done it. So definitely check out a holiday themed restaurant.
Yeah, no, that's great. Now, next up on my list, I love costumes, especially around like Halloween and things like that. And so had this fun idea. Go to a thrift store with your spouse and try to have like a DIY costume competition or something.
Okay.
And so maybe you pick a character, your spouse picks a character, and don't tell each other what you're going to dress up as or trying to like replicate.
Yep.
And then throw everything together and then have like a reveal moment where you're like, okay, that's and then have your spouse try to guess.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I could see that just being really funny of like, you were trying to be Charlie Brown. Why did you wear that? You know?
Yes.
And so it could just be a fun moment of A, like doing the thrift store together could just be a fun like shopping outing. But then B, also just the fun of dressing up and seeing your spouse in a slightly different light. Could be fun.
That takes some creativity too,
it
like
does,
to really think about. And you don't know because you don't know what they're going to have at the thrift store that day.
That is true.
So it takes like just there's like some randomness to that too because you have no idea. So that could be fun. Okay, I like that. Okay, so this is a tradition in our family, and you might not think of this as a date idea necessarily, although I think it can be. And it's become something we do every year. So we always attend our church's Christmas Eve service. Yep. So I definitely have that as a like family date idea as well. It'll be really special for us this year because we'll have our daughter with us for the first time. So that's exciting. But we've turned this into a whole family date, even before we had our daughter with my parents as well. So we would go to Christmas Eve service together, and then we always eat Italian food for dinner afterwards. Yeah. Okay. So I guess because like, you know, usually on Christmas you have your traditional like ham and turkey and sides and things. And so we just thought do something new and different. And there's a really good Italian spot near us. And so either we'll go get takeout and go back to our house, or we'll go eat there after the service. And so if you've never gone to your church's Christmas Eve service, definitely make that a day idea that you do this year.
Well, you know what my favorite part of the Christmas Eve service is like the candles.
Yes.
You know, some churches don't do the candles. I guess like they're more fire hazardous.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah. But I love like everyone goes around and lights the candle. It's just such a fun, nostalgic thing. And I love the idea of not doing like traditional Christmas food after.
Yes.
Because I feel like around the holiday season, you just get ham and turkey all the time. And it's
right.
like, I don't need another ham and turkey event.
Right.
And so I love your idea of Italian. If I could get some chips and queso out of a Christmas Eve, I would love that.
Okay. So maybe you make that your new Christmas Eve meal.
Maybe we should. Yeah. No, I love that idea. Okay. Next up for me, this is another one that I love. Another fall themed activity is going to a corn maze.
Okay.
Now, we've done this a couple of different times, and it's really fun when the maze is just hard enough to where like you kind of get lost, but not so hard to where you're lost the entire time and you're like, I feel miserable. We've been in this corn maze for 3.5 hours at that point. Right. And so maybe just do some research ahead of time
and find like the difficulty level of the corn maze.
Like, is this one for kids? Okay, cool. Yes. I can do that one.
Have you ever done where like you both go in and then you try to see who can get out first, so you actually don't do it together?
No, that'd be a good. That
could be like a good double date too. Like you like pair off and then you like see like who, instead of like splitting off from your spouse and you're just like randomly.
It's like, what if you have like the super intentional date night? You go off and then you spend the next 3 hours completely separate. Just wandering around.
Yeah, so maybe don't do that. Maybe invite your friends to come along.
That's a great idea.
And then make like a competition out of it. And
then the thing I love is every time you go to the corn maze, they always have like the fall themed food. They have like the funnel cake.
Yes.
Again, like the apple fritters and all that good stuff.
Yes.
And so I love doing that in the fall. It's always a fun date.
I love that. That's a good one. I'm staying on fall for a second here. And you mentioned this with apple picking, but driving to see fall foliage. So if you don't live somewhere, like if you live more in the city, like making an intentional, Saturday morning or something to drive where you can see like all the leaves turning and everything. Yeah. And so this is a free day. Well, other than the gas, I guess, for your car, this can be a very reasonable, cost-effective day. You just get in the car and you play some tunes and you just kind of listen. Maybe make sure you take your nausea medicine if the windy roads aren't your friend.
Those roads are tricky at times.
Yes, for sure. But I think this one could be fun. Like roll the windows down or open the sunroof if you have one and just look at all the leaves.
Just put on a good playlist or something. Yeah. No, I love a good fall playlist combined with the windows down, and then you can feel like the cool, crisp air as you drive around.
Yes.
I love that.
And sometimes, again, in Georgia, you have to escape the heat, so you have to go somewhere intentionally to find the fall temperatures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Next up from me, this one's fun. I think I've shared on this podcast before. I am a complete liability in the kitchen. Like I'm terrible at cooking, terrible at baking. I can make like Pop-Tarts in the toaster. That's pretty good.
Okay.
I can do like burgers and tacos and stuff like that. But okay, so pumpkin themed dinner.
Okay.
And so you have pumpkins, you carve pumpkins, you have all the insides of the pumpkins, have pumpkin seeds.
Yep.
So try to find as many different opportunities to incorporate pumpkins into your meal or dessert as possible.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you ever had like the roasted pumpkin seeds? Those are pretty good.
Yeah, like maybe that could be your appetizer.
Yeah, some pumpkin shaped something. I don't know.
But and then just like a pumpkin pie for dessert, classic. But then finding some ways to like, I'm also not a cook, so this would not be. I would have to be Googling. I would Google like pumpkin recipes, but there has to be some out there, right?
There has to be. And if you're listening and you have a good pumpkin recipe, please let us know.
Yeah, let Rob and I know so we can partake in this day idea.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, no, that's a fun one. That's a unique one. Okay, this one. It's not so unique, but it is just a fun one. So I think fall feels like the perfect time for a bonfire. You know, you've got all those like leaves in your backyard. And maybe if you have a fire pit at home or something. So having a bonfire, some s'mores, you got to have the s'mores. Yeah. Okay, this wasn't on my notes, but what's your favorite like s'more
combo?
Like, yes, like what's your favorite?
I think the Reese's.
Okay, I've heard that.
The marshmallow.
Okay.
So good. But also the classic is great too.
I'm classic all the way. So like Hershey bar for sure. Yeah. But I've heard people doing some fun things with like different.
Yeah. At WinShape, a lot of times we'll give Reese's and people will do s'mores with Reese's and it's great. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So having a bonfire this fall.
Yeah. No, I love that. Now, one of mine on my list is, and this is a classic one. We love the classics.
We love classics. They're classic for a reason.
They're classic for a reason.
Yep.
Going to a fall festival or like carnival or something like that. Yep. You all know it. There's usually like some random county fair or something that's there for like a month and a half. Yes. And you have to go in that time window or else you don't get to go for the year. And so, just find one nearby and make a fun date out of it. They have like the different like games and activities where you can win like stuffed animals. That could be like a fun like.
Have you ever won like a pet fish and then you go home and then you're like, I have to keep this
what do I do with this fish
alive?
Now I'm responsible for this fish.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
No, I can't say that I've won a pet fish.
Okay.
But yeah. Maybe go for a stuffed animal over a fish.
One you don't have to keep alive. Yeah. What's your favorite food to get at a fall festival or fair?
Ooh, I think I shared this with the corn maze, but I am a real sucker for funnel cake. Okay. With the powdered sugar on top when it's fresh. Oh, wow. It's hard to beat that.
Yeah. Do you like fried Oreos? I don't like fried Oreos. That might be controversial, but I do not like fried Oreos. That might be
your hottest take yet.
I think that they make the Oreos soggy. I don't like that. Yeah, but
we'll talk after this.
Yeah, you can fry anything, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not into fried Oreos. Okay, so I have on here going to a pumpkin patch. Okay. Followed up by, which I feel like there's not a lot of like, a lot of times it's just more of like a pop-up like pumpkin patch situation where they like bring in the pumpkins and stuff. But it's still so fun. There's one right near us. It's a church that does it, and it's kind of like a fundraiser for their youth program. And so we go every year. We spend way too much money on the pumpkins, and we always feel better about it than just buying them at Home Depot or something. And because we're supporting them, but we load up and we get big ones and small ones, and then we decorate like our little front step area with different pumpkins, and then you can, right before Halloween, if you're celebrating that and you want to carve them, because otherwise they get like gross and like not good, but you can turn this into a second date, so then you can paint your pumpkins or carve your pumpkins. Okay, yeah. So
do you have a preference between painting and carving? Like which one?
I like carving, but again,
carving feels more nostalgic.
It does, does. But I'm not really creative either, so I feel like I can like put a stencil on a pumpkin and like carve it much easier than like if you just handed me paint.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, like people walking up like
Yes.
trick-or-treating, whatever, and they're like, what is that painting?
Yes.
That's the scariest thing I've seen.
Yes. No, exactly. So anyways, going to a pumpkin patch, loading up on your pumpkins, and then carving or painting them.
I love that.
So, yeah.
All right, next up on my list, this is kind of specific to Georgia. I'm sure it applies other places. Have you ever been to Helen, Georgia?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
North Georgia, like small town.
It's just like this weird. It's cool.
Yeah.
A little bit weird.
Yeah.
But it's like a German town in the middle of North Georgia, and so you
Yes.
go around, and it's like a really cool spot. But I say that to say, go on like a mini road trip. You said like drive for your fall foliage.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of in the same vein of like find a cool town that does
Yeah.
fall or Christmas really well, and then go there. I know there's like Christmas markets are a thing now.
Yes.
And so maybe go and find one of those that
Yeah.
has a cool Christmas market or like a cool fall ambiance or something like that.
So
And
maybe if you can't like go on like a true destination, like
Yeah.
Christmas vacation this year, you could do like a fall or Christmas road trip.
yeah. And if you
too.
live in Georgia and you're listening to this podcast and you go to Helen, Georgia, you'll feel like you're going on a trip
Yeah.
to a different world. So,
yes,
yeah.
for sure. No, I love that, especially if you live somewhere in the U.S. where maybe you don't get snow, but you can drive to get snow within an hour,
There you
an
go.
hour and a half. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's not really the case for us
Yep.
either. But
You
that
could
could
drive
be
for
fun.
a really, really long time.
Really, then it would not be a mini road trip. It
Yeah.
would just be an actual road
How about
trip.
that? Like you wake your spouse up on Saturday and say, hey, honey, I have the best date for us planned. And you're like, okay, cool. And then you get in the car for 12 hours and you drive to like Colorado.
Colorado, you're like, the date was
surprise.
it's a road trip. Yeah. Okay, I like that one. Okay, so I have on my list here wrapping Christmas presents.
Okay.
And so a lot of times, I know sometimes for me, I'll order something for someone, it comes in, and I already have the stuff, the wrapping paper there, and it's in the room, and I go ahead and wrap it and stick it under the tree. And there's something to that too, because you just
Yeah.
kind of get it off your list. But making a date out of wrapping your Christmas presents. And so
Okay.
I feel like you might be thinking like, I would hate wrapping Christmas presents. So you could just like be the person that hands Madeline like the tape and the scissors
maybe.
and stuff.
I was going to say it would be so funny after you get done wrapping Christmas presents, because you have this lineup of, my wife is a pro at
Okay.
wrapping Christmas presents. She's so good at it. So you have like these beautifully wrapped presents.
Yep.
And then you pan over and you see mine.
And you see yours.
And it's like a ball of wadded up stuff. And you're
Yeah.
like, what is he doing? Was he even trying? And
Yeah.
so I don't know if that would fly. I think our like guests that are getting our gifts would probably be like, okay, what is going on?
What-
Did a 3-year-old wrap
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
But I would happily hand the tape. I
Hand the
can
tape
definitely do
over
that
and
one.
like cut the ribbon.
Cut the ribbon.
Yeah.
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 Do I like when you get like the scissors and you put like the curls in the ribbon. That's kind of fun.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Anytime you get to play with a sharp object, I guess.
You
is
can
fun.
write the names on the.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard to mess up.
You're like, how did you spell those names wrong? That's your brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so wrapping Christmas presents, turning it into a date night was
Yeah.
on my list.
I love that. Okay, next up on my list, Christmas cookie bake off. I mentioned I'm a liability in the kitchen. I feel like cookies are not that hard to make though.
Maybe not.
Like
Hopefully
if you get
not. I
like the
couldn't
Toll
tell
House
you.
cookie dough and then like put them in a fun shape or something.
Yeah.
You could do
That
you
could
could
be-
do like
yeah,
a good
that could be good.
Christmas cookie. But so yeah, you and your spouse both make a plan to make a different version of a Christmas cookie.
Okay.
Chef it up in the kitchen, do whatever you need to do, and then bake them.
Yeah.
And then have fun like cookies and milk
Yeah.
taste test and see which one
Oh,
you
I
like
love
better.
that.
Could be fun.
Okay, that's a great idea. I love that. This on here is also something that you probably already have done for fall, and you will be thinking about for later this year, decorating for fall or Christmas. And so, again, you might be thinking, we do that every year,
Yeah.
but intentionally thinking about how to turn something that you do already into a date, like with your spouse. So looking at the calendar and saying like, okay, on this date, like we're going to make this our like decorating the house for Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And so we're going to play Christmas music and we're going to like wear our Christmas PJs or
Make a whole
whatever.
moment
We're going
out
to
of it,
pull
yeah.
like all the stuff out of the attic or wherever you store it out of the closets and make a date out of like decorating it. Sometimes those things that feel like chores kind of, or if you find a way to like turn them into something really fun,
Yeah.
it just feels like it elevates what you already want to do anyways.
Like if you make like an event out of it, it feels more fun. And it's like every day you have your date on your calendar where you're like, we're going to get this done. Yeah. We're going to make it fun, you know, all of that good stuff. Yeah. I think that's awesome. All right. I don't know how this one's going to land. Okay. Christmas karaoke or Christmas silent disco. Okay. And so tell me I don't more. Know how many places near us do karaoke. I probably should have researched that before. But if you have a place nearby, or if you can do it at home. Yeah. And just, I think there's like YouTube videos that you can pull up and it'll be like karaoke. And it'll just play like the background music and have the words up on the screen. So just go on YouTube and search for something like that. You can find like the most unique Christmas carol that you didn't know like existed and like try to karaoke do that. Yeah. And so do karaoke either with just the two of you or with friends or something like that. Or Christmas silent disco. The idea is you get like your AirPods or something, you put your headphones in, and then you turn on like a random Christmas station, and then just you and your spouse or you and your spouse and friends just spend, I don't know, the next little while just having fun, dancing. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Okay. Christmas karaoke. You might have to try that out. I like Christmas music. So like, I think that could be fun. What is your favorite Christmas song? Oh man. Yeah, you put me on the spot. I need to think about it. Like so back to our Christmas Eve service. Like I love like traditional like Christmas carols that like you sing, or like even Christmas hymns that you'll sing like in, church. So like Away in the Manger or something like that. Okay. But then like some of the like, you know, funky ones too, like that are not related to that are funny. What is the Elvis Presley one, like Blue Christmas or White Christmas? Blue Christmas? Is that what it's called? Oh, maybe. That is my fun. My favorite one. Every time it comes on in the radio or something, I'm always like, I have to sing along. Do you listen to Christmas music in the car? I think when it gets to around Christmas time, because we'll usually like play music off of our phone versus like the radio. Yeah. And so like if it's like we're going out and looking at Christmas lights or something, or getting hot chocolate, like we'll play Christmas music. And so usually like then, I don't think I'm like listening into it like 24/7. Like if you go to the gym and you're listening to Christmas music, that's probably a little bit too far. Yeah. We do have like Michael Bublé we usually have on in the car and Michael stuff. Bublé. Especially in, you know, around the December time. Yeah. So yeah, that's fun. Okay. Hot cocoa testing tour. Okay. So the thought here is go around to different coffee shops. And you could substitute this with anything. So hot cocoa, hot apple cider, your favorite latte or something. A nice tea. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, but go around and do like a taste testing tour situation. You could like go around to like maybe 3 or 4 different ones of your favorite and like try them all and make a day out of it. Yeah. You need to figure out which coffee shop near you has the best plain hot chocolate and just go around and like get the original version and try that like out. Nothing in it, just hot cocoa. Just see which one is the best. Yeah. Oh, that'd be so fun. Yeah. I need to try that this year. Yeah. So that's on my list. Okay. I think I mentioned this last year. This is a fun date idea, going to like a holiday show like the Nutcracker or something like that. But last year, Madeline said for her birthday, she said, hey, I really want to go see the Nutcracker. I think it'd be fun. Yeah. And of course, they have like the big production like in Atlanta somewhere or something like that. And I was looking for tickets, and the tickets to this like official one were like pretty expensive. Yeah. And so I found one, and it was like close by near us. And so I went online and booked the tickets, and we get there, and it's a like 8-year-old Nutcracker performance. I think it might be like 5 through 12 or something like that. Okay. And so we walk in, it's all parents and then us. And I think the worst part is I paid like $40 a ticket or something like that, which is not cheap. So you maybe should have just stuck with the original. Oh gosh. And so we showed up and we watched the Nutcracker, and it was like what you would imagine a bunch of 6-year-olds doing the Nutcracker is, and there's plot holes all over the place and whatnot. But so yeah, if you're going to go and book a holiday show, please just go to the actual one. Don't go to like your local ballerina company's version of it. But that could be fun. A Christmas show or something like that. Yes, a Christmas show, a Christmas like musical, or like a Christmas, what is the word? Like concert. A Christmas like concert. Yeah. Could be really fun and cool. So yeah. Okay. I love that. Okay. Last but not least, I also mentioned this before on this podcast. So couple of these are repeats, so thanks for listening anyways, but going to a Christmas tree farm. Okay. And before you tune me out and you say like,
We don't do a real Christmas tree. Some people are actually allergic to
Christmas trees.
Yes, which is so sad to me because I am like pro real Christmas tree.
It's a tough couple of months for that person.
But even if you just have an artificial tree in your house, going to a Christmas tree farm, usually a lot of them, and they're becoming more popular, still have like, they'll have hot cocoa and they'll have food, and they'll have sometimes like little markets with ornaments or wreaths for your door frame and all of that. And so just going for the experience of going to the Christmas tree farm. And if you've never actually cut down your Christmas tree and done that to me is like it is my most favorite thing that we do every Christmas season.
Oh, so, that's awesome. I mean, what a cool, like, manly experience to be like, I'm going to cut down my own Christmas tree.
Yes, yeah. Cody always does it for sure.
You guys have a favorite Christmas ornament or something that you're nostalgic about, and every time you put it on the tree, it feels like a special moment?
I think I've also mentioned this, but that's okay for any of the new listeners. So we love Christmas. So we have our normal, like our real Christmas tree in our living room with just some really sweet nostalgic ornaments. Like people got us when we got married. That's like, I think we have one that says like Merry, Merry, and married. It's a play on, Christmas. So anyways, we have fun ones that for different seasons of life. I think we'll be adding one this year. I know we'll be adding one this year for our daughter's first Christmas. Yeah, so that'll be really sweet. So those are nostalgic. But then we have a second Christmas tree that is an artificial one. And it's our travel tree. And those are all of our favorite ornaments. I don't think you could ask me to pick my very favorite on there. Yeah. But they all rank up there. So every time we go somewhere, we get an ornament from that place. And then we hang those on that we call our travel tree.
Yeah.
So
I love that. All right. Last up on my list. This is a fun one, but you have to do it. Volunteering. Okay. And so either in the fall or in the Christmas season, it's a great time to go to a local food pantry or something like that and spend some time with your spouse helping out. I know if you go to a food pantry, they'll usually let you like put cans in a bag or something. You can do it together and, have that moment of, hey, we're actually helping people while we're spending time together. So
there's a couple of great ones near us, even in Georgia for sure, around Atlanta. So definitely just like search where you are for like local ways you can serve your community this holiday season and collect things.
And I mean, like I said, Christmas time is great, but also everyone kind of wants to volunteer around Christmas. So if you really want to go next level, volunteer before that because food pantries are busy all fall long. And so not just Christmas, but
even gearing up for like colder weather, thinking now like what items you can be grabbing. Even it's October now, but like even what coats or mittens and things like that you can be grabbing ahead of time that you can donate.
That's wonderful.
Okay, so those wrap up our list of 20. I think we did 20 total, 10 apiece of fall and Christmas day ideas. Basically, we just want to give you guys some fun ways to connect with your spouse the rest of this year, especially with all the holidays coming up. And so to end this episode, I thought one other thing we could do, Rob. So for those who don't know, we have a list of, I think it's like over 200 at this point. I'm not 100% sure. Conversation starters on our website. We have so many conversation starters. And I know sometimes you hear that and you're like, conversation starters, like we don't need that. Like my spouse and I talk. But sometimes it's just really fun to like ask kind of an off the wall question that you might not have thought of. And so we have ones online for fall, for Christmas. And then we have different like travel themed, and we have like, would you rather?
Yeah.
So,
well, and especially if you've been married for a long time, you might be thinking like, we don't have anything to talk about. We've been married for so long. Like I know what he's thinking.
Right.
But if you look at how many people actually look at our conversation starters on our website, like it is not weird to go in and like find some fun conversation prompts.
It is so
and stuff
fun
like
to like know like I'm going to this dinner and like all bets are off. Like I don't have to like think about like asking some like deep question or whatever. I can just like pull out this list and then like we can just talk through these funny questions. And so I know that we aren't married to each other, But I did want to ask you a couple of just like our conversation starters, just to give you a little test, and then you can take these back home to Battle, and I'll take them back to Cody, and then you guys listening can go online and take them out on one of your dates. So like, see, we're doing all the thinking for you. We've got your dates planned. So easy. We've got your conversation topics planned. Like, you don't have to do anything. You just got to
show up.
You just have to show up.
And find childcare.
Yes, true. Okay, so Rob, what is your opinion of candy corn?
Candy corn. I like the idea of it, but I hate the way it tastes.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
What is your thought?
I totally agree. Okay. It's like cute and festive looking, but
like if you have more than one, you're like,
I'm like, I don't want to actually eat this.
Like if you think about all the things that you could eat that are like fall-y.
Yes.
Why would you waste it on candy corn?
I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Okay. Then, so to follow up, number 2, then what would be your favorite like fall candy or Halloween candy at that, or your favorite thing if you were trick-or-treating or you were in the, aisle at Kroger and it's all the fall candies that are right there. What are you grabbing?
When I was a kid and you would go trick-or-treating, the most elite like candy you could get in your bag, the Pop Rocks. I don't know. Maybe it was as a guy growing up.
I was not expecting you to say that.
But maybe it's as a guy. Specifically when you're like 6 years old. Something about Pop Rocks is like the coolest thing in the world. Okay. Like you put them in your mouth and they just start crackling. Now, that would not be my answer today because it's kind of a miserable eating experience now. Okay. I think my go-to is either Reese's or Twix or something like that are my favorites usually. Okay. What about yourself?
I am a purist at heart, so I have an unpopular opinion on this, but I just love like the little like miniature Hershey bars. Okay. Just like pure, just solid Hershey chocolate.
I know what I'm getting you for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I just love little Hershey bars.
Marlee, here's another plain Hershey's chocolate bar.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. So that's my favorite. Yeah. But, okay, how did you celebrate like the fall season as a kid? Did your family do anything to like kick off the fall season, or did y'all have any fun like traditions you did?
Yeah, that's a good question. When I think about fall growing up, my mom is one of the most amazing women when it comes to like decorating her house and doing all of that. And so one of the things I always loved is she would put like the fake like cobwebs up or whatnot and do like the fall decorations and things like that. Yep. And she just did such a great job of like making your home feel so fall-y. You walk in, you smell the fall candle and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Another thing I love is, there's trick-or-treating, but there's also trunk-or-treating at like a church or something. And everyone like decorates their car, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was one of those things growing up I always thought was a fun tradition too, of getting to go to the church and hang out with all your friends. And
then see, like a lot of times people would like pair their costumes with their like trunk as well.
Yeah, that's fun.
And like make it like a whole thing. And those were always super creative.
Yeah, that's a fun date idea too. If you're doing trick or treating, just do a family costume or something.
That's
like that.
cool.
Could be fun. What is your
so thing? I always think about like when I think about fall, I always think about football.
Of course.
And so I always think about like we just every Sunday after church, like we always had, for us it was the Atlanta Falcons, but we always had football on the TV. Obviously Saturdays in the South football's a big thing. So I just think about when I think about the fall season, a lot of times I equate like celebrating fall with like watching football and then like eating, like grilling out and having hot dogs and hamburgers. And so that's kind of how I equate like fall. And as a kid, like I'm an only child. And so my dad didn't have like a son to connect with football. And so I acquired a love for football.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of fun in the fall. The soundtrack kind of feels a little bit like those college football jingles.
Yes.
When they come on and you're like, wow, I am loving this.
Yes.
This is great.
Absolutely. Okay. So thinking ahead to November, your favorite side item at Thanksgiving. You can only pick one.
Okay. Favorite side item. This might be a little bit of a sleeper pick, but I think it's the best one. Corn pudding. Have you ever had that before?
I was not expecting that.
I told you it was a sleeper pick. Okay, so
I was not expecting that.
My family, for the longest time, has made like corn pudding.
Okay.
Which I can't even begin to describe what it is, but it's like a sweet corn casserole or something.
Okay.
But my word, is it good?
Okay.
And it will change your life.
Okay.
And so if you have not had corn pudding before, you need to try it. But maybe it's just like a Southern thing or something. I don't know, but I love it.
So I'm afraid we're really going to disappoint. Like no one's going to listen to a podcast episode of us ever again. Because I'm afraid my side item is going to be wildly unpopular too. But I love it. So that's what I'm choosing. And it's squash casserole.
Squash casserole. You really said, let me pick the worst, the worst side.
I love squash casserole. I love the like crispy,
the crispy parts are good.
Crackers on top, or it's made different ways. So some have like cheese and onions and some don't. And yeah, I feel like people are just totally tuned out. They'll never trust another thing that we say ever again.
Do you think, unrelated, do you think mac and cheese is a staple at Thanksgiving or
not?
Okay.
For sure.
Interesting.
But it's not my favorite.
No, I wouldn't say it's my favorite. But when I married Madeline, one of the things I was super surprised by is their family never had mac and cheese at Thanksgiving.
Really?
Which, is like,
I misspoke.
I feel like it's like a fairly typical thing,
Okay, well, let us know in the comments.
Yes, please do let us know.
Mac and cheese a staple at Thanksgiving?
But I think they've started recently. Like, I think now that enough of the people have married in and
they're like,
this
where's
is a little
the
bit
mac
weird,
and cheese? Yeah.
So I think they're getting better at that. But that was one of the things.
Wow. Okay. All right, here's the last one. We're just really going for it with the controversy here.
Okay.
Is it acceptable to decorate for Thanksgiving? Sorry, let me try again. Yeah. Is it acceptable to decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving?
Oh, that's a good question. The thing is, the way that you love Christmas and have a deep passion for Christmas and all of the things Christmas, I love fall.
Okay.
And I love October and November and just leaning into the fall season as much as possible.
Yeah.
And so for me, I try to lean into fall as much as possible. And so that usually looks like not putting up Christmas decorations until like maybe 2 or 3 weeks in advance, maybe 4 weeks. I don't know. Maybe after Thanksgiving. So I would say definitely after would be my camp, but I'm curious about you.
I mean, you already know.
Okay.
So yes, it is 100% acceptable to decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving. So in my brain, fall decorations are Labor Day weekend, so first weekend of September through October 31st.
Interesting.
And then November 1 is Christmas. So we take everything fall down October 31st.
Yeah.
November 1 goes up everything Christmas.
November 1st.
And November and December are Christmas. Wow. And then Thanksgiving is a day. And so we can have a nice fall like Thanksgiving table.
Okay.
While we're also eating our turkey and dressing and squash casserole and corn pudding, looking at our Christmas tree.
Yep. Okay.
So
I do like the idea of, Thanksgiving with the Christmas tree. That does feel kind of nice. So maybe the week before Thanksgiving. Maybe I don't know. But it's one of those things. When you get married, you don't know what kind of traditions you're necessarily marrying into.
True.
And so it's just a fun thing to figure out with your spouse of like, hey, what does this look like?
And even if you've been married a while and again, you're like, why would I ask my spouse that question? And I already know the answer. It's like, but it's fun to like be at dinner together, be at your coffee shop together and kind of talk through like, okay, well, like, why do you think that? Like, do you think, do we agree on this? Like, do we agree on this very controversial question about like decorating? Like, and it's just like fun and lighthearted. So I appreciate you like entertaining me with those questions.
No, that was great. And if you're listening to this, definitely go and check out the conversation starters because that was just a taste of how many that we have on our website. Yep. Everything from Christmas presents wrapped or unwrapped, which we won't get into, but I know it's controversial between us.
Yes.
To fall conversation starters and everything in between. So definitely check those out.
Absolutely. Well, Rob, this was really fun. Thanks for letting us have this conversation today. And we promise the marriage experts will be back next week. So don't get too used to just us. We still have the marriage experts coming, bringing you guys some great wisdom for the rest of the season. But we hope that you enjoyed just this fun episode for today. And we will catch you back here next week. We hope that conversation blesses your marriage. If you're loving the WinShape Marriage Podcast, will you please take a moment to make sure you're subscribed? You may be a faithful listener and not realized you aren't subscribed. It really helps us out. Also, if you've enjoyed these conversations and they've impacted your marriage, please rate and review this podcast. One listener said, "Thanks so much for pouring into couples with godly wisdom and practical equipping."